What's good, YouTube? It's Philosojoey. Today I'm probably going to be playing, or I'm not probably, today I'm going to be playing for you what is probably the worst parkour, well, not the worst ever. It's easily top 5 though. It's one of the worst ones I've ever played. But I decided I wanted to play it because I've already figured out how to complete it, you know, went through the process of like, you know, I don't want to say mastering it because I certainly haven't mastered this shit, but at least getting like good enough at it that I can complete it in like less than 20 minutes. So yeah, this is, it's like some sort of, it's some weird parkour. You're supposed to use the Casco. If you guys are familiar with that vehicle, congratulations, because I didn't know what the fuck it was. I tried using the Casco to do this. It's very, very difficult with that car. It's actually pretty much borderline impossible to use it with that car. So I picked this car instead because basically the whole thing is like with this parkour, like everything has been set up in such a way that if you don't have a car that has like a decent level of traction and like a, you know, I guess like a decent amount of horsepower, it's not going to be able to get across most of these objects. And the Casco is like this, if you guys are unfamiliar with it, it's like this classic, like sports classic car or whatever. It looks like, I don't really know what it looks like. It sucks. It looks like a really old version of the Buccaneer, if you guys know what that is on GTA. It's like some retro version of that car. But it is just so awful trying to do it with that car. So it's not much better with this car, but the main difference between that car and this car is that this one has like a decent amount of speed, so it can get across most of this stuff. But you guys will see where like how some of these objects are just poorly put together. Like for example, this right here. This is something I've struggled with quite a bit actually. It doesn't matter which vehicle you use, if you use the Casco or this car or whatever, they all kind of sit low to the ground. And there's not really anything you can do about it. I just basically have to like, hope that this oil rig or whatever fucking explodes, because it's like the only way I've figured out to actually get across it. And yeah, there we go. Finally exploded. For some reason, it just won't let you get across it regularly. Like the Casco sits too low to the ground. This car sits too low to the ground. It's just like a very, very poor design choice for whoever made this. I will say that it's like one of those things that I thought that maybe the person that made this just didn't know what they were doing. But then there are like certain objects that, like for example up here, like these like wooden pallets or whatever you call them or whatever, they're really well put together. So I mean, clearly the person knows what they're doing at least somewhat. Anyways, I don't know. It's just weird how some people like they use props that make sense and then like they don't at the same time. Like this right here is actually the worst. I'm trying to like zoom in on it so you guys can kind of see it. These little like crates or whatever it is that these things are, they have like little divots in them that are like kind of high off the platform, and this car is like notorious for getting stuck on those fucking things. Like thankfully I was able to get across that pretty easily, but yeah, it took me quite a while to get used to being able to do that. Okay, I just ran into the fucking wall. So yeah, anyways, that's basically the hard part of the parkour. Like it's weird how people start out these parkours and make them like really, really difficult and like put in a lot of effort at the beginning, and then like as you go along, like it just gets easier and stuff. Like this is definitely one of those examples. And another thing I would say that is kind of like interesting to note. Okay, what the fuck was that? Another thing that's interesting to note is that if you create a parkour that you can cheat, more than likely you don't know what you're doing. I think it's a pretty good estimate or whatever. And I'll show you guys what I mean. So I'm not gonna cheat it because I want to do it all legit. But this right here, this part right here, you can actually, I'll just kind of show you guys. You can basically just skip all the shit to my right and just drive straight off this and actually get onto the platform where the checkpoint is. So yeah, I'm not gonna go to the checkpoint, but you see what I'm saying. Like clearly the person that made this, like I don't think they know what they're doing, because why else would you put a checkpoint like that close to like a platform? I don't know. Anyways, oh please don't get hit by it. We're gonna do it the legit way though. Let me try to complete this real quick. And it's also the parkour is like set up in like 2 different areas. So like there's this, and then like once I get past this, you can kind of see the parkour just like drops off right there. And then once you get past that, you go to like this other little area. And it's like a very small portion of parkour, I guess. Like, you can kind of see it over there in the distance, actually. It's just like literally right over there. But alright. But yeah, this vehicle is definitely the better car for this, for sure. Like, I don't know what that guy was thinking, trying to use the Casco or whatever it is. And he has the setup to where you can use 3 different classes of vehicles. Like, you can use the, whoops, oh yeah, the checkpoint's over there. You can use the off-road class of vehicles, you can use the sports classic, and SUVs. I don't really know, like, I tried doing the off-road thing, outside of, like, motorcycles and stuff. That was random. Outside of motorcycles and stuff, it's basically, impossible to use, like, any of the other vehicles. I tried, like, the ATVs, I tried, like, the trophy truck, I tried, like, all that stuff. They didn't work. And then, of course, SUVs, like, come on, who the fuck's gonna use an SUV for something like this? This fucking sports car can barely get up half that stuff. How the fuck's an SUV gonna do it? Alright. What the fuck just happened there? Alright, cool. So now, and then this is another great little spot that I just don't know what the fuck they were thinking. It's very easy to get stuck on these things, as you can see. It doesn't matter, again, if you're using the Casco, which is the vehicle this was intended for, or if you're using this Ferrari looking thing or whatever, or if you're using anything that's, you know, supposed to be used for this parkour, you're gonna get stuck on that shit because it's just so high up. These cars are just, like, not capable of driving over these things very well. You have to basically just do what I did right there and get a lot of speed when you hit it and just pray to God. Just hope that it actually allows you to, like, get up on top of it. Alright. I'm actually doing pretty good, though. This is a pretty good time for what I've been, like, dealing with. It has been taking me, like, about 15 minutes or so to complete this, so I'm kind of proud that I was able to get through this stuff pretty easily this time. I have played this quite a few times, so that is what it is. Alright, let's not deal with that, okay? Alright. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's do this. Then I only have, like, this part right here. But this part right here is probably the dumbest part in the whole entire thing. It's not even really, like, hard. It's just really stupid design. Like, if you guys missed it, I mean, I kind of drove right over it or drove right past it. Okay, let's get stuck on the roof. This sign right here is literally lined up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I might actually have to just show you guys anyways, because okay, don't drive off the fucking building. When you hit the jump right there, this sign right here is lined up exactly with that fucking jump. So, like, okay, perfect. So if you, like, try to jump across that little gap or whatever, there's a good chance that you end up, like, running straight into the sign right there. I'll show you guys what I mean. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? The fucking NPCs are, like, screaming for no reason. Oh, GTA is great. Like, look at how, like, like, what is the point of, like, putting that sign? Okay, I was able to get past it that time. The few times I've been playing this before, I, like, literally got stuck right on that shit. Alright. Fuck. And then this roof is not exactly the easiest thing to drive over either. Alright. Almost got it. Almost got it. I'm really curious as to where those guys are at, because this is their first time playing it, I know, or I'm assuming. So, we'll see how far along they are with this. Fuck yeah. Less than 10 minutes, or we fucking missed the finish line. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Fucking great design. Somehow completely missed the finish line, even though I was right beside it. That's what I like to see. Alright. So we're just gotta do all the same stuff again. Fun stuff. Let's hit that sign. Boom! What a fucking great design. Let's put a fucking stop sign, or it's not a stop sign, a fucking directional sign for whenever you land, you can just run right into it. Perfect. Despite the fact that they have, like, a whole, I don't know, a whole fucking barricade of walls over there so that you don't have to hit a sign to stop. I'm nitpicking. I actually don't care that much. But alright. Let's complete this. Go to the right. Go to the left. Make sure I slow down so I don't miss the fucking finish line again. And there we go. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna look at these guys where they're at on here. If they're still struggling with it, I'm just probably gonna end the video here. But I am kind of interested to see how far along they are, because this part is hard. Oh yeah, they're definitely still struggling with this part. Whoop. Helped them out though with that container exploding. Let's see how I'm gonna wait. Okay, yeah, he just fell. But alright, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Good luck to these guys for completing this.